And now we return you to our regular scheduled program in progress.
Alright, on today's episode of Del Sol Restoration, we're going to be stripping the hood with paint stripper, and then tomorrow, after everything's stripped and everything's pretty much sanded down and made sure everything is flat and flush, I'm gonna take and primer the hood. Alright, so that lasted a lot longer. It took a lot longer for the stripper to peel the paint up. We ended up just taking the DA and sanding the rest of it off. We're working on the back now, so here you enter a gooey mess. And here is the gooey mess. So what we have learned with the stripper itself, not stripper as in pole, but stripper as in paint. If you take it and you let it kind of do its work and keep rubbing it, it releases the paint up under it. You may have to go back with some more. See, like that right there. It does eventually release. It just takes a good bit of effort. It's not as cut and dry as I was hoping. It did it really well on the Hot Wheels cars, but that could be a totally different paint. Who knows? Who knows what the deal is? And after a while, it just becomes like a really sticky, kind of dried mess. So I think we're just gonna have to take and wash it, because it's not doing any. I mean, it's doing some, but not enough. Alright, we had to run out to the store, had to get some reducer, primer, and some lacquer thinner, that way I could clean up the gun after I got done spraying. To kind of give you all an update of how it looks right now, here you go. Pretty much down to bare metal except for one little spot right here. I got one little dent right here, and unfortunately, unless I use body filler, I can't get it out. Right now I'm just going to primer it, that way it won't rust. I'll get to it later. We pretty much got it all stripped and everything on the back side. I'll turn it real quick. I'll turn it real quick and let y'all see it in the light. Yeah, that's all. Nothing but paint being torn off of it by the wire brush. And then I've got to sand these spots down before I start primering. So let me get started. So I've sanded the back. I've got my hood wiped down and got it wiped down as good as I can. And so now on to the next part, which is actually painting it. If you go out and spend the money and you get the lovely measuring cans or measuring cups, the ones that's got all the marks on them, they'll all have lines on them. I don't have that, just not right now. So what I've got is just some clear like cups I can mark, pour up, it's 1 to 1. So it's, if it's 1 ounce of this, of the primer, it's 1 ounce of the sealer, such and such, and you just keep mixing it up till you get what you need or finish the part, 1 and 2. So let's go ahead and get all this mixed up and start on this project. Alright, so we've got our primer mixed up in our cups. We got a strainer here. You can just buy the whole kit together. You wouldn't believe it, but there is actually particles that get caught. We'll be mixing up more here in a minute. So here it is, the 2-day strip, primer, and get it ready for the next stage. The hood is done. It is 100% done, and I don't know why I didn't leave it popped, but here you go. Show y'all. That's the way it looks. Yes, there's streaks and whatnot, but that's only because I need to let it cure, and then I'll hit it with some like 800 wet sandpaper, wash it, and it'll be all one, look like one just solid layer of primer. So I'll pop it when I pull it out. So as promised, show you the underside of the primered hood. All the rust is now gone. It was all ground down, or not ground, but wire brushed down. Then hit with a DA sander to make sure that it was all nice and clean and clear. What's probably going to happen is I'm probably going to hit this with some Scotch-Brite, probably the finest Scotch-Brite I can find. I don't know exactly what that is, but and that's going to conclude this little like mini vlog on primer in the hood. If you got any kind of questions on how I did it or exactly why I did it or why I didn't just paint it, leave a comment and I'll try to get on those and I'll answer those in a timely manner. But other than that, I'm done for now. It's been very hot here in South Carolina. I think I'm done with all projects until the winter. I swear it's too hot. All right, peace.